afternoon. Welcome to CGTN's special coverage at the pavilion of the 7th China International Import Expo. I'm Ding Yang from CGTN's social media desk. Today, I'm joined by my CGTN French channel colleague, Zhang Meijiao. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, guys. Hello, I'm Mei Jiao, or you can call me Jojo. And today we are in the China International Expo for this taste of French food. So
yeah, I kind of hope that I will keep that as a secret for a bit longer. But yes, that is the theme of today's live stream. We are going to taste some wonderful food, and they are from France. And the reason that we are going to taste the French food is.
The reason
yes.
is just first of all, when we talk about the mayor, the best food in the world, that what do you think first?
I think I'll definitely say Chinese food first.
Yeah, and then?
Well, I've heard of good French food. I've tasted them in France, but that was a long time ago. I don't think my tongue was mature enough back then when I was just an overseas student, but I will count on your opinion on that.
So today we will just taste all of this different kind of French food. Just first off, is because I was being in France for 2 years, and all of this different famous French food, before when we go there, is just a little bit strange for us for the taste. For example, for the different cheese there, and after a little bit, after 1 year or 2 years, when we live there, that we think we just used to eat this kind of food. So the second reason is about this year is the 60th anniversary between China and France, and also this time French is the host, the most honor of guests.
The guest of honor, yeah.
So
this year is the CIIE.
Yeah. So today we are just not. We will just taste for the cheese, dessert, and also the different French food like the. Yeah,
so hopefully for beef. Today, we are going to have a maybe 3-course, not quite dinner yet, but after today's tour, probably we won't be needing any food anymore for dinner today. So we're going to start with some entree. Is that how it's?
Yeah, it's entree.
Entree?
Yeah, in French. So in entree.
Yeah. So is it this exactly this order? So we have cheese, but it always baffles me to remember all the names for different types of cheese. But luckily, in a couple of minutes, we have professionals to help us with that. But after that, now let's give you a brief introduction as to what we're going to do. After cheese, I think the desserts. Am I right? Because it definitely look for me is something that I would eat after dinner.
Yes.
With coffee, probably.
Yeah, normally we eat the dessert after dinners.
Yes.
Yeah, but today we have to change a little bit because it's not yet the dinner time. Okay.
We can always, for good food, we can always bring up the dinner time. Yeah. We don't need to follow the clock. So I think some of them are definitely sweet, but there is something that looks suspiciously kind of out of rank with the rest of them.
A kind of salad.
Oh, that's salad. Yeah. And then bread.
This is for breakfast.
We have something for lunch or dinner for breakfast together. Okay, so before we move on with today's live, let me remind you that if you want to join this tour, but you cannot make it to Shanghai for now, it's okay. Leave your comments on the comment section of all the major international social media platforms, including Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and if you're in China, on microblog as well. And we will take your questions. I will take what you are most interested in with us, and to pop those questions to the chefs that we're going to meet along the way, and we'll come back to you immediately. And well, as for the taste of this food, I'm sorry on that score. We will do it for you, but because in the next couple of days, the CIIE will open its doors to all the general public, then if you can come to Shanghai, or if you already have been in Shanghai, then, well, don't miss on the beautiful opportunity to taste some beautiful food. Okay?
So, let's start.
Yeah, let's start, because let's dig in, but before my fingers touch on the food, can we have some chefs to tell us what is the right manner of eating them?
Okay? Yeah, of course. Yeah. The
Let's
first,
welcome our chefs.
Bonjour à tous.
Could you stand in the middle of us?
Yeah.
I will take off my camera, but in the meantime, I will keep this hand clean so that I can touch the food later. Yeah. Hello,
So-
can you introduce yourself to all the audiences?
Alors bonjour à tous, je suis le chef Nicolas et je suis ambassadeur pour la marque Président pour l'Asie-Pacifique. Et je me charge de toute la partie sucrée et la partie boulangère et les applications du beurre et de la crème.
How about for the benefit of English-speaking audiences in English?
I try my best for my English. So, hello everyone, I'm Chef Nicolas. I am the ambassador for President for Asia Pacific, and I help the brand for explain the technique and specificity of the product in the future customer.
My first question, nice to meet you, Chef.
nice to meet you.
Can I hold this
Yeah,
for you?
yeah, of course.
My first question is, what is the right? Suppose they are for breakfast,
Yeah.
not too rich for breakfast.
No. Basically, for the breakfast in France, in the morning, we take the traditional. We eat the traditional Danish. So here we have the collection of the Danish, the palmier, the petit pain, of course the croissant because it's really famous in France, and we have the roll with the grape, and another thing is very traditional is cannelé or cannelé in Chinese.
Cannelé, yeah.
In Chinese. So basically we eat this product with the coffee or the hot chocolate. It's very traditional for French breakfast.
Coffee. Yeah, I
Yes.
thought something was missing from that table.
Yes, coffee, definitely.
So what? You've been in France.
Yeah.
And when was it?
It was between 2015 and 17.
So what was your kind of a typical morning? What kind of breakfast that you had when you were from?
It's coffee with croissant.
You know that we Chinese people, we are famous for our Chinese stomach and a Chinese tongue. It's not very easy because we're also proud of our food. It's not
Yeah.
very easy for us to adapt to the food from different countries. So what you guys have have tried to make special about them that kind of tapped the Chinese stomach?
Basically, for me, if you want the great product, the great Danish, we need have the great ingredients. Okay, so basically here we have the traditional French butter, and for me, it's obligation. You have French butter. Okay,
Okay.
It's true. By moments, it's a little bit heavy. Just for if you want some great flavor, we need butter.
But one reason, do you often eat cheese? Now even?
Sometimes, but
Okay.
not usually. Sometimes for the breakfast, I eat kind of cheese like camembert.
I just mentioned to our audiences, number one issue with me, this with my English, is that I cannot always remember all the names for different cheeses. But I think I like this one. Am I allowed
Is
to
a
try a little
Comté.
bit?
Yeah, you
It's a
can
Comté,
try.
okay.
Yeah, it's Comté. It's 6 months older.
I think that is a privilege of doing live stream. Working on in this environment. Okay.
Enjoy.
think you
Am I
have
supposed to
change.
eat
Just,
this?
alors, so basically we depends. People eat the skin and people don't eat the skin.
So it's definitely eatable.
You can eat. Just it's 50-50. You like or you don't like.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's just a 50 that I like it or I don't like. It's not a 50 of stomach and
Exactly.
Okay.
You can eat. You can eat everything. Just
You can try it if you
yeah.
want, but
I think that's
yeah.
the reason why all the foodies in China come to this place to rejoice. And now I'm going to do my first tasting for today.
What do you think about it?
I think 2 or 3 years ago, I wasn't a huge fan of cheese, but after trying it for another year, I kind of slowly fell in love with it.
So it's just 6 months older. So for the Comté is a young cheese. The French people prefer when it's more stronger.
But
Yeah,
young
like
cheese, you mean it's
chef.
kind of matured a little
Yeah.
bit less than rich one?
Yeah. But after it's really different. Okay, we cannot compare the Comté with the Camembert and the Brie because basically, example for the Brie, the milk is different, and the technique and the skills for make the cheese is very different. So the texture, example for the Comté is more dry, okay,
Yeah.
and for the Camembert is more creamy, very milky. You have the outside, we have the skin, and we have the special mushroom is a penicillium. the white part.
Which is your favorite, Joe?
Actually, I think it's camembert.
I think
Yeah.
it's not fair just for me to taste it. Don't you want to try maybe for the benefit of the audience, because
Yeah.
for the moment they cannot eat it,
Yeah.
and that's our mission to try it for them.
For them, yeah. So
ahead.
I want to try this fruit cheese, but
we supposed to
actually,
use-
I think I'll let you know.
yeah.
Because I'm a very traditional French chef,
Yeah.
and I prefer you start by camembert.
okay,
Let you know.
okay. So I will start from camembert.
Yes.
Are we
Because
supposed
that
to eat
is
it with our
for
bare
entree.
hands, or we're supposed to eat it with instruments?
And we have to eat together.
Utensils.
with
You can yeah, you can eat the skin and the whole
The
cheese.
sausage.
Yes.
Is that
We have
sausage?
sausage,
Saucisson.
just you can left the sausage. It's not important.
Okay, so I'll let the
Yeah,
sausage.
perfect.
So this is for entree. Okay.
Yeah.
I would say that's quite a strong taste. No.
Yes and no.
Trop bon. It's very delicious. I loved it. But the only cheese that I cannot suppose is chèvre.
Yeah.
Chèvre
Is very more stronger
Yeah.
because it's different milk. The camembert, the milk comes from cow, and for the chèvre come from a family of the lamb.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's why it's very stronger. It's the same for the brie. The brie is not the origin of the milk is different. So of course we have different flavor and different taste.
I think it's not convincing enough. I think it's not convincing enough for just the pan of us Chinese people here to say they're delicious. We need a professional who actually would have been immersed in both the cuisine culture of both countries to kind of do it a bit more convincing, to see if the audience is in front of a camera buying the idea that they can eat with joy the food. So allow me to introduce our second guest today, a Chinese chef. Chef has been studying
in America and United States. I was in Chicago
Marketing,
for
right?
roughly a few years.
Okay, so for how long you've been studying in
10 years.
10 years of classic French cooking?
Classic French cuisine. After I graduation from culinary art school, I was working in a very classic French household fine dining restaurant.
Okay.
That's where I learned all the French cuisine and also the cheeses.
We are Chinese and we're proud in our food, as you take pride in French cooking.
Yeah.
And for how long for you to discover the charm of French cooking?
I would say before I left China to America, I think relatively since age of 12 for me.
Okay.
For example, my first bite of brie is actually President Brie was during 2010. So when I was 15, 16 years
Okay.
old. I think for majority of the beginner cheese eaters, brie will be a very option. It's creamy, it's light, it's full of flavorful.
Okay, so if I want to eat, because bread and cheese, I think they're the perfect pan. So which one of them am I supposed to eat with cheese? Because I just can't control my hand anymore. I definitely need to reach and to dig into the bread.
You want
So
to taste all of this?
yeah, which one tastes the best with which of the cheese?
So allow
And
me.
also because
You're the big master.
yeah. Just let you know. For French people, this part is not bread.
Wait, they're not bread.
It's not bread. Yeah,
What
okay?
are they? What
It's
are they?
Danish, okay, or in French, viennoiserie.
Yeah,
Okay. Basically, if you want to eat some cheese, we eat with the regular bread.
Yeah.
Okay. Example, the baguette or the white bread.
So
That's it.
Danish is not defined as it's not in the family of a bread at all.
No. It's very when in France we separate every time when we had some butter inside of the base of the dough. It's not the bread.
Well, I think it's opera. I'm going to take it anyway. I think the mood is right. So you choose one for me. You choose one for me.
Yeah,
Okay.
this one is pain au chocolat.
Okay.
Typiquement,
So it's chocolate inside it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
We have the double stick of the chocolate inside.
yeah,
okay.
it's just a pain au chocolat kind of chocolate bread.
I'll go ahead. And after this bite, probably I won't be able to talk for a few seconds.
So do you think about it? You want a coffee with it?
You guys carry on talking. I will do it over.
So we heard that there are lots of different kind of cheese in France. So you know about the number was the quantity of the different kind of cheese in France.
So basically, the most cheese we eat in France is Camembert. Is a regular one, and so after for the rest, the first seller, the best seller in France for the cheese, of course, is Camembert. Yeah, and in France the people birth with the President Camembert.
Yeah, we all of this.
Yeah.
We all heard about the president of.
Okay, yeah, first a mouthful finish.
Yeah, okay.
And, we are not leaving this place with these untouched. Please tell us what
okay.
are they?
So we have the 3 items here is a pastry. Okay, so just for the size is a afternoon tea size. Okay.
Afternoon tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
the teapot.
exactly, it's more for the tea time.
Tea type. This
Yeah, this size is more for tea time because depends the size of the product. And example, if you have the small cake, it's a little bit more bigger. It's more so for gift or for special event. And this size is really for tea time.
Okay. Can you hold this for me, chef?
All right.
Please tell me that is not a sign. I'm going to ask you a few questions while I'm doing
Sure.
this. Please tell me it's not a sin for me to do this.
wow.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Does that mean that I've ruined something?
Yeah.
You won't kill me.
So you just offend both the pastry chef and the culinary chef.
I have problem with my hair.
We call one stone two birds.
I think I'm going to leave.
You know, I let you know. It's the first time I see
I'm forgiven.
we eat the crab with the pain au chocolat. I let you know. It's maybe the
It's
new pairing or the
Sucré and salé
yeah.
ensemble. Yeah.
It's not bad. Chocolate with crab. The pairing is good.
A stretch?
Is it a bit strange? No.
Especially you ate all the vinegar caviar. It must be super sour with the
I think
chocolate.
I like the combination.
Okay.
Wow.
Why not?
As much as you probably have hated this, but I love the combination. It's salty, it's tender, and after that salty, I think the sweetness of the bread, the sweetness of the Danish just get kind of flattened out. I think food is about creativity, and this individual creativity, individual experiment, I'm satisfied with it. But thank you, merci, chefs. Thank you for the beautiful
Thank
introduction.
you.
Because we don't have a basket, so we have to leave it there temporarily. Maybe after the live, we'll come back and finish them all.
Okay, great.
No problem.
Thank you. Thank you for
Thank
the introduction.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Now we'll move on to our second course.
Yeah. I'll taste this one.
You don't know how
Fruit cheese.
hard for us to resist the temptation to finish all things on the plate.
Yeah,
but
before
we do
leaving,
need
I
it.
have to take this one.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Because it's the first time that I see the fruit cheese, so I just want to taste it. And you know, there are thousands of different kind of cheese in France. So,
The silence is probably because
Is
we're chewing. Sorry. No, never
Yeah.
go to my mouth. But that last bite of my bread. Sorry, not bread, Danish. Actually, that is
for the
completely new for me.
This kind of fruit cheese is a little bit sucré et acide.
the cheese.
Yeah, the
Uh-huh.
fruit cheese.
But I hope it's not too strong for you because the next thing that we're gonna taste is our main course for today's
Wow, our main
live.
course is.
Like
you want
all the
beef
people.
or-
I think like all people who, especially for Chinese people, when we traveled overseas, we only want to try the local cuisine. And I think when I was small, when I was young, and I watched everything from television, from Western films, and the thing that I associate the most with Western cuisine, Western dishes is steaks. I don't know why, but they were constantly on television, in films. So I think that is kind of the go-to option for me if I want to try some food from France. And luckily, that's what we're going to have, right?
Yeah, and what is your favorite French cuisine for the main course?
I remember I had a beef stew. that blew my mind when I was in Paris for my for the couple of days of stay, and I
vacation?
also yeah, call it a vacation.
Yeah.
And I think that's when I fell in love with the beef cooking, but because it's completely different between the Chinese cooking and the French cooking of beef. So today, not only that we're going to taste a beautiful piece of steak, but we also, at least for me, I'll try to learn one thing or two, because
Yeah.
the point of the whole pavilion is for people to come and to see that they can buy the products that imported all the way from the European country to China and cook it at home. That is the point.
Wow.
You don't want to spend the rest of your day eating things that only you can eat in a restaurant. That's meaningless.
So, if it is first time for you to cook this kind of French cuisine,
Yeah. Well,
so
God knows
can
I tried.
start? Yeah.
okay. So hi, chef.
Hi.
怎么称呼？
Chef Leo，
张大厨。
对
Chef
对对对
Chef Leo.
Chef Leo.
Chef Leo.
Chef Leo. Hello.
，Hello，
We are going to try some. It's a steak, right?
yes，Hawaii steak，
You know, it took me almost an entire year to remember kind of different level of a cooked meal,
Yeah.
a cooked steak, like the from rare to medium rare to done to well done. Are they all, or are there another levels of it?
No, we only have the blue, but the blue, the normal person cannot eat.
Okay. So for the moment, we're on our way to rare or yeah. Well, I'm not sure.
I think it's middle rare.
Middle rare?
Yeah.
Medium.
Medium.
yeah.
Okay.
So, with some blood inside, I think. So you want to try this? You want to try this?
Well, yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Let's.
Yeah.
Let's. Oh,
I want a little bit inside with a little bloody.
I think when my producers ask me if I like to go on a live stream tour in the pavilion for food and agriculture product at the CIIE, I wasted no time to say yes.
Yeah.
I think this is the highlight of my entire trip to CIIE. Eating while working. What could be better than that?
So today your mission is
So-
cooking and my mission is eating.
是在拍摄不好意思。
没有关系，没有关系，我先试，试完了我再跟你说。I will try it first because we definitely have interested party here. So that is the point of CIIE. During the first couple of days
I
of
want to.
demonstration, we have a whole lot of people, business people, come to CIIE, come to the pavilion to find out if their taste, because most of them are Chinese, to find if the food served here are to their tastes. If they are, that means that the Chinese consumers will be interested.
Yeah.
And then we're in business. So me, today, I'm here not just as a kind of ordinary CGTN staff, but also I think this my little voice represents maybe a tiny group of the Chinese consumers. See if I like it.
Wow.
这个是
就是那
三成熟，没有很熟。
三成。
medium rare, right?
Yeah, medium rare.
Medium rare.
是一
Okay.
个标准的法式的
So
成熟
so that
Okay.
is 三样。
对对，是那
啊
样。就是他们一般的话不喜欢5成熟的牛肉，他会需要牛肉更原汁原味，然后更有 nature 的这种感觉。他们喜欢这种牛肉的甘甜的味道。说为什么法国牛肉会比其他牛肉有什么特点呢？就牛肉它会遵循自然法则，它牛肉的生长从小都是在它自己的牧场。
So what the chef is saying that the reason that people in France probably they love their steak to be cooked medium rare or even rare.
No,
whereas-
it's rare.
Rare,
It's
yeah.
30%.
30%, yeah, it's rare. Whereas the Chinese people, at least as far as I know, in my kind of social circle, my Chinese friends,
Yeah.
they prefer it cooked maybe slightly
No, I think
better.
I prefer the 50% of at one in French. So it means this one in France in French we said that's saignant. That
Saignant.
means 30%
30,
with
okay.
Yeah, with lots of blood inside, but I want to test
Please
this one.
don't terrify.
Wow. So
I don't think I ever tried a rare steak before. I always ask for
wow.
the well done or done. But I guess everything has its first, right?
I think it is like the mix of tartar
Yeah, I would-
and
That's completely okay. So
so inside is.
I'll give it a close up for the camera, and
Yeah, I
probably
think for
I'm
you-
not going to
yeah,
look
for
very
you.
very decent eating this,
Wow.
but yeah, let's give it a try.
So what do you think about it? I'll take a little smaller. Wow, difficult. Wow, with some sauce.
First, it's genuinely delicious.
Make a little bit sweet, tasty. I think the tasty, softy, and juicy.
The juicy part.
Yeah, juicy. Yeah.
Yeah, I can sense that the juice of the meat is
Yeah.
flowing from the top of my tongue,
Really?
rolling down to my throat, and
Perfectly mixed.
I
I-
do
I-
think the
yeah.
difference. Because I used to usually have a well-cooked meat, as most of Chinese people, presumably most of Chinese people do. But it does taste very fresh. Not strong, definitely not strong, even with all the flavor.
And a little smoothie.
Yeah, not very very strong. So if I'm a Chinese consumer, I am a Chinese consumer.
Yeah.
If I'm a Chinese consumer interested in, a break from my routine, because every now and then I love to have something new, I'll definitely go for this. Am I allowed to try another piece? Yeah, my goal for today's live stream is to never finish this live stream with an empty stomach. Yeah, I will save dinner for tonight.
So I take for you.
I hope
And
that doesn't
with
make
a
me.
little bit sauce. It's a little bit spicy.
I think
inside.
they would make me look a bit greedy,
So.
but I think it would
let's-
be an insult to our chef to put it back. So I will. Eat
You
it
need
all.
help?
Hopefully.
Yeah, I think I'll take for you.
Yeah, I'll do this.
Wow.
They say that nowadays.
The
there's-
French people don't eat like that.
Well, I'm not a French.
Yeah. You want this one?
I can cut it for you.
Just can't wait. I'll have a go. I got the mouth big enough to finish.
Actually, it's the first time that I see a person eat the steak like this. So you even didn't need this fork and the knife.
Please, Jojo,
Oh, wait.
you keep on
So-
talking for a moment. Let me finish this.
Okay, so today we are talking about the French food, like the different kind of French meats. We've tried for the beef now, and let's see another this kind of. Wow, what that's 这是什么呀？小牛肉。
小牛肉。
This is veau. 小牛肉，他说就是 in French is veau. 小牛肉 those kind of you have to cook it for until it's just a little bit like
I think
the
I
soup.
have the right person to answer this question.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Ma'am,
Yes?
Hi.
we have a tiny technical question actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
So we can turn this way.
What is this?
Here,
Yeah.
it is pork meat from France.
Pork meat. No, it's
beef. Oh, sorry.
It's veau.
Yeah, because
Sorry,
it's
with
covered
the
in
sauce,
sausage.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Covered
see.
in sauce.
Yeah,
Everybody
this
can make that
one
mistake.
is beef meat with from France with a French recipe.
And ma'am, would you mind introducing yourself to the camera, to the fans of CGTN?
Yes, I'm Claire Géroudet. I work for the French Federation of the processed meat products. So here I am with some company that export the processed pork products, such as the dry ham, the dry sausages.
Please do tell me. I did justify. Sorry, I've done French cuisine just
Yes.
by eating. I know that my facial expression a little bit, but that is quite with a mouthful of beef.
Yes.
Is that the right kind of decent table manner? I take the silence as no.
Okay, okay.
I'll put this back.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit of the products you brought with you to the CIIE?
Here, I think perhaps better to show the product over there.
Yeah, of course. So actually, if it is the first time that you come to CIIE.
No, for me, it is the fourth time. So here the booth,
Let's face it for the
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
And then
and that booth is
I'll
here
hold this for you.
that booth is the French booth of pork and beef is here from the first edition of the CIIE. So that's 7 years that we come. Thank you.
Wow, the different kind of saucisson.
Yes. Here you can
Jambon?
find the dry ham from Bayonne. Here is the dry sausage, typical French product. Okay, and here is the dry sausage with a little of spices. And here is a small bit of dry sausage, so for snacking.
What
So,
are these?
This one is the
It's
first time
saucisson,
that I
right?
see that.
Yes, it is saucisson, but the small one, so you can just eat just in one
it's
piece.
for the entrée?
Yes, for entree or just for snacking.
Ah,
It just made my heart sing. We're back on entree. That means
Yeah.
another course is awaiting. So,
Yes.
so yeah.
I've seen these before,
Yes.
but this is definitely new to me.
The first time for me also.
I'm supposed to can I
Okay.
just take it?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
So
just a
if
small,
it is spicy or not?
not so spicy. For us, it is spicy, but for you, I think that's not
It's very
so spicy.
very tender and chewy, but
Yeah.
in a good way.
Yeah.
It's definitely salty, but I suppose that is the reason that it is being small.
Yes.
You're not supposed to eat a mouthful of it.
Yes. And it is for aperitif. So we used to eat it with a glass of wine.
Ah.
So
Yeah,
that
because
we used to share that in the bistro, in the French bistro. We used to share that with the friends. Here at the end of the afternoon, we eat aperitif with a glass of wine and different kind of charcuterie.
Yeah, because
Red wine or
It depends on the people. Generally, we use red wine.
there's a bit spicy kind of aftertaste to it.
Yes.
And you can feel almost kind of at the end of your
Yes.
both sides of your tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah, the flavor is very very rich around that area, and you have to roll back from the back of your mouth all the way to the tip of your tongue. I think that feeling is kind of unique. It's not something that you usually have without a tiny portion. Yeah, although it's small, but flavor is strong. It's a single tiny piece. It suffices to a mouthful. And I understand why you need to eat it with wine or with other things just to kind of serve to flatter its
mix it
flavor
along.
even further.
Yes.
Hopefully that is
so this is from which region actually?
let me hold
We
it for you.
could no, it's okay. We could have those products in every region of France, but this one comes from the region next to Lyon City. So it is the region where we originally made the dry sausage 2,000 years ago.
How
So
long? Normally, how
2,000
long?
years.
Yeah, does it take for this one to be mature completely? And
For a ham, generally it is at least 1 year.
Wow.
It could
Wow.
it could be
Definitely.
2 years, but most of the product is 1 year of maturation.
Okay.
For the dry sausage, I think the pieces are smaller. We just need several weeks.
Say that I buy this huge chunk of it, it's definitely not small.
Yeah.
Suppose that I buy a huge chunk of this home,
Yes.
and then I break down the package, but I cannot finish it at one go. How do you suggest me kind of store it? Just simply stuff it in, insert it into the fridge.
Yes, in the fridge.
In the fridge is okay.
It's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
A bit easier.
Normally you can put outside of the fridge, but here the temperature
It's higher.
and the humidity is higher.
It's higher. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. That is a wonderful tour and a wonderful introduction. I think if I'm going to, because we're an international platform, we're not allowed to show drinking alcohol on camera. But after work, I'll definitely try. Maybe.
Of course.
With some wine
So,
together, yeah.
What about beer? Am I allowed to drink beer with any of them?
Yes, you can. You can now. Even in France, a lot of people are drinking beer for the aperitif or
So there's definitely
you can.
no fixed rule as to how to
no
eat
fixed
it,
rule.
what to eat with.
The rule is conviviality with the friends, the good time with the friends, the family, with the good food. So no rules.
The reason I asked that question was because at another stand I tried a bit Danish with a crab salad, and you can't imagine the stern look on the faces of the chefs when I did that. Thank you, Madam. Merci.
Thank you. Merci.
Thank you. I think we have a special treatment today because, like I said,
Yeah.
the point of this whole pavilion is for ordinary consumers to find out if they can afford the products, because after all it's imported. And second, if they like it, that is the reason that you want to buy it, because you like it, or you want to try and see if you like it. And the third, if it's within a family setting, I want to know if I can cook the meat I buy from France, or the product from for my families, for my friends. And that is what I'm going to do, because just eating it is not enough. I need to learn how the tactic of cooking it, and we have the master chef to help me on that today, right?
Yeah. So let's do it.
I think
And
nowadays
you can cook it, and I think I am the only one who
you are
can
going to do the tasting, and I will be the one cooking.
So today he will try to cook a kind of French food. So I think he told me that this is his first time. So I think maybe I am the only one who can do
Master?
taste
May I
it.
use the Chinese?
Yeah.
Of course.
OK，因为我的中文表达会更好一点。
Okay, my master chef is going to show me and going to teach me hand-on how to cook in a proper steak that is from France. Hopefully together we can do this piece of beautiful steak justice.
Yes.
Let's carry on. 我需要戴手套吗？因为我看您戴。
没事，待会切肉的时候可以戴。
好的。
OK， 现在我们会要把温度一定要升到很热，家里面做牛排也是一样的，要超过220度以上。
So it has to your cooker, whatever you cook your meat with, the temperature must be higher than 225 Celsius. 250度以上。
220.
220度。
对对。
220 Celsius or above 就或者以上。
对。
上来就需要直接这样。
对，因为如果是一个 French taste， 他们需要一个很高的温度，让表面迅速的焦化，但里面要跟那个像类似于 jelly 的那种感觉。
Okay, so you want to heat your pan, you want to set your cooker to that height of the temperature because you want to kind of sear the surface of the steak immediately, but in the meantime, seal off the juicy part inside. Let's see if I can do it.
Okay, 然后我们一般会放上一些橄榄油。
Yeah, let's spray some oil.
Yeah, the first.
然后我们放上橄榄油的时候，我们就可以放我们的牛肉。
Okay.
小心这个夹子里稍微有一点点烫。
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. So it's already 220 degrees with some huile.
Just directly put it on it, right?
Yeah, just put it.
Okay.
Be careful.
Wow.
That sizzling. I think that is the most beautiful music in the world now, especially when you're with an And I need to wait for how long until the bottom side is cooked?
要看你要准备要吃几成熟。
我觉得全做熟很容易。
是的，是的。
做成3成熟比较难。是吗？
那就3成熟，其实它的里面的中心温度要保持在33度。3成熟它不是生肉，就里面还是要有一点熟的。
Yeah, so I think as not a professional chef myself, my problem with cooking is it's far easier for me just to cook the meat, but it's definitely difficult to make it rare or medium rare because I think that balance is not very easy to grasp. So I just asked my master chef to teach me how to cook a rare steak.
Okay, 我们教你一个小技巧。 就您可以看到3成熟的时候，就是它这个血水，因为它的组织已经被加热，组织它们锁水能力会变差，所以这时候它会释出血水，这个时候您就要翻面了。
So yeah, I think now I need to turn it aside, but the reason you need to look for the sign that when the other side of the steak is cooked rare to the level that you want, and the one sign, the most telling one is the water with the blood start to kind of coming out. And that's when you must quickly flip it over.
Yeah, just coming out.
Wow. So it's already.
I think so far we're doing okay, right?
Yeah, okay.
So we're not supposed to add a little bit of flavor to it. The seasoning.
The seasoning only pepper and the salt.
Pepper and salt, yeah.
Only pepper and salt.
As simple as possible.
Yes.
And like that famous saying in China, the most beautiful ingredient doesn't require very complicated treatment. Okay. But you told me that when the side on the top is still raw, then I can look for the signs of bloody water coming out.
Yeah.
But when this side is on the surface is already well cooked, what is the sign that I can decide?
This one you can feeling, but you know.
I have?
No. Just touching.
Okay.
Just touching. It's a little bit softy, you know. If you're touching, the water is coming. It's okay.
Okay. So, okay, now we'll add some seasoning.
Seasoning.
Ooh, I can smell it's nice. Especially with the pepper. I think that is a classic way you have steak, right? With the pepper. Although there could be a whole world of different ways of eating it, but I think I'm still stick to.
The
Well,
water
we
is
have to
coming.
put some.
Okay.
Then we don't need. Now we get the butter.
With butter inside.
Now put it
I'm now.
slowly. Yeah.
Oh, is this where I supposed to kind of use the? I'm doing it right.
If you have the wok, that's the base. The base.
And if I want to add some extra flavor to it, this is the moment I kind of scatter some other. Oh, I always want to do this. I always want to do this. This
Even
is.
the wok is easy to base the steak. Okay, now okay.
It's done.
Now, yeah.
Ooh.
The steak now need to relax.
So we can't eat it directly. We need to wait a bit.
Yeah, wait it.
Kind of force
Maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
2 or 3 minutes. Oh, that's rather far too long for me to. Because, but anyway, we do have.
Well done.
But this is CIIE. I mean, the preparation
first
work
time.
for this is very, very on the top level. So we do have an ambulance waiting outside. So if there's anything ever to happen to you eating this, I take full responsibility for it. Don't blame my master chef here.
Yeah,
我确定我们刚才这个做的，因为我的同事要开始试吃了，没问题是吧？
就是可能您太慢了，可能会有一点点过熟。
OK，
但是一般家庭的话，我们会连贯起来，动作会更加的顺畅，就会没有问题。
OK。
然后有一个小技巧，除了看血水之外，如果我们这个的厚度其实1厘米很好煎，但如果是超过2厘米、2.5厘米的厚度，我们需要放到烤箱。不然的话，我们一直加热，它就会变老，就它的那个焦化层就会很厚，就里面的就不会那么多 juicy 和那个好吃的感觉。
I don't know if I could translate every single thing my chef just told me, because if you want, this is not a cooking show. I'm nowhere near a cook myself. So if you want to kind of get to the bottom of all the techniques that you like to cook a piece of a beautiful steak, I would recommend you to go through all the social media platforms to find a video teaching class and follow one step by another to master that art. But at least I'm just assured by my teacher, by my chef here, that although that I'm new to this art, but this actually, although it was meant to be rare, but luckily for you who are going to do the tasting on this, it's now a little bit overcooked.
I trust you.
So I cannot guarantee the flavor of it, but what I can guarantee is it's a piece of a cooked meat. 我来试试。
Maybe this is
Okay.
F1, like no
medium.
OK， 我需要顺着什么来切吗？
我们需要顺着这个丝，像我教您稍微切一下。
OK
一般我们这块是眼肉， 需要把它的这个眼肉的
I
边，我
cannot
们
wait
先把
to
它
taste this.
除掉，因为这个两个口感不一样，这个会
Oh, they
更
taste differently.
对这个的眼肉边的牛肉的味道会更强烈一点，然后但是它的嚼劲会更大一点。
It tastes kind of a more strong beefy on this side.
Yeah.
然后我会把它这边有一些筋，我们会把它切掉。
You just cut off.
这个不要丢，可以炒饭。
Oh,
Ah.
fried rice with it.
然后你可以
Okay. Again, cannot guarantee anything. Be
It's okay.
prepared to be surprised. Okay.
Yeah. This is gift, and we can also be surprised. Wow, I think it's
Okay.
without blood. It's a little bit like the well cooked,
medium well maybe。
maybe medium well,
Sorry, ma'am.
but it's okay.
It's the first training day for this
It's already a.
trainee. I can't call myself a cook. That would be the insult on
It's your
your
first
chest.
time, Miss. Well done.
It's definitely it's genuinely the first time I cook a steak. And oh,
Wow, a little bit blood.
so I will leave the rest of my takeaway for you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay. Like this, right?
Yes。
Okay.
Wow.
Voila.
Voila.
Bon appétit.
Merci.
Merci。
So I'll
waiting
try
for
this
your
one.
verdict.
Yeah. So for that video for me,
Wow.
it's
谢谢。
a little bit difficult with the. Yeah, I think a little bit. Yeah, maybe I need to do this one because it's
I think you can blame me for that because I cook a little bit over.
yeah a little bit over, trop cuit a little bit. So I'll taste it with some sauce.
So it's fairly easier than I thought. Because for us, it's a main course in the French. It's like say 5 or 6 dish course.
Thank
And
you.
I kind of used to think that in order to have a kind of a cozy, wonderful Sunday dinner, then I had to spend the whole afternoon preparing for it.
Yeah.
But it turns out, as long as you get the right stuff and learn the right tactic, which might take longer, but you can get it done in about 10 to maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah,
If you love it around.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you, chef.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
I
so
will
much.
come back to collect the rest of them. They're definitely on me.
Okay, no
Yeah,
problem.
thank you for the masterclass. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. You do have to finish the meal if you don't like it. I can take it.
I think it's a little bit
Thank you.
overcooked,
Merci.
but it's still acceptable.
I'll join you in a sec.
Yeah. So you want to try this? You can see that it's without a little bit blood inside, so I think it's overcooked a little bit. This steak, but
How do you like it, ma'am?
yeah, or not.
Does that mean that I will not have my tips today?
So I think it's pretty good for your first time,
Okay.
actually.
I'll hold this with us, and then thank you, chef. Thank you for
Thank you.
everything, and thank you for the steak. I'll get my bill later. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
now we need to move on to our last scene.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, I'll hold this because I don't want it accidentally fall into the hand that is not, or the mouth that is not prepared for my cooking yet. But what is our last destination for today?
Our last destination is the fresh food, the different of legume.
Now we have an appetizer.
Appetizer.
And we have the main course, which I'm still holding in my hands. So I think naturally, that means that we are going to
Fruit.
try some dessert, right?
Wow. Yeah. Dessert or juice?
I like them both. You know, after a quite heavy flavored steak, I want have something that can refresh in my mouth. What do we have? What are we going to have?
We have the different kind of this. So here you can see different kind of fruit which come from France, like the apple and the mini kiwi. So this is the first time that I see the mini kiwi like that. So we will taste it.
What is it?
A kind of
A mini kiwi. I might like to can I?
It's a little bit strange, but
Okay. So it's kiwi, but it's the small. Oh,
And this kiwi, you can eat like that.
can you hold it in your hands? Actually,
Yeah.
it's very soft. I mean, just like a kiwi, but I think it is softer than a conventional kiwi, and also, you see the texture.
Oh, it's really soft.
Yeah.
You see that?
How are we going to eat this? I'm not going to venture another guess because I made several mistakes along the way, and I don't
Yeah.
want to see that look on the
So-
trip. So now let's have a professional
Yeah.
to lecture us on how to eat it. Please,
Welcome.
can you introduce yourself to our audiences?
Je peux parler en français? Yeah. Bonjour tout le monde, je vais vous présenter nos fruits Baby Kiwi qui viennent de marque Energy. Alors ce petit fruit, on l'appelle Baby Kiwi. Alors c'est la première fois qu'il est atterri en Chine, pardon. Il est atterri en Chine. Alors on l'appelle Baby Kiwi parce qu'à l'intérieur, comme vous pouvez le voir, c'est comme ça, c'est comme un vrai kiwi, mais vous pouvez le déguster directement avec la peau. La peau, elle est très douce. Vous pouvez essayer, déguster.
For
So,
the benefit of our English speakers,
Yeah, for the
Can you help us to translate
Yeah,
a bit?
so the professional said it's the first time that we introduce the mini kiwi in China. So it's the first time, and we can eat all of the mini kiwi with the skin.
Yeah.
So we can just, you want to try? You can just
Have a
taste
try.
like
Very
this.
sweet
Okay.
and
What?
rich with vitamin C.
Mm,
Very good. Very juicy. Please have a try.
it's very good, juicy.
Have a try. Very
Oh.
good.
Very good. And it tastes like kiwi.
I think this is it originally French. Is it?
它的那个quelle est son origine? C'est en France?
C'est en France. C'est en France. En fait, ce fruit, il est d'origine chinoise, mais il y a longtemps, et les Français experts qui ont ramené ce fruit en France pour le retravailler, recultiver, pour que ça soit plus adapté au goût chinois, que ça soit plus juteux, plus sucré. Et vous pouvez consommer toute la journée.
So she said that in original, this mini kiwi is born in China,
Ah.
from Shandong province and the northeast of China, and then we are export to France and with some innovation and this
So it's
transformation.
a
It's a
beautiful
different
example
technology.
of the cooperation
Yeah.
between China and France.
So they change a lot of things. They do some innovation for this kiwi and to change this more with more juice inside.
Actually, I just look. You know, sometimes you don't have to eat a piece of fruit or an apple. Just by looking at its beautiful colors, it makes you feel alive.
Granny.
The green apple.
Okay, green apple and that's red apple.
So
Organique.
organic.
Organique.
So my question is, we know that in France it's very famous for cider. So which kind of apple we use to produce cider?
Pour le cidre, il n'y a pas forcément une pomme spéciale, il n'y en a pas. C'est selon les régions et ils ont leurs pommes locales et ils utilisent pour produire les cidres. D'ailleurs, quand on parle de cidre, celui-là, ce n'est pas du cidre parce qu'il n'y a pas de l'alcool dedans, mais il a le même texture.
It's a cider or
it's
apple juice.
Apple juice,
Apple
pas
juice. Ah.
avec de l'air dedans.
Well, I have to say that I love that
Donc il y a
bottle.
un goût comme vous buvez de la champagne.
So now can we see some beautiful dessert made with the ingredients, with the raw ingredients we just see?
Yeah, of course.
Especially this one. I would love to see what kind of dessert that could be made out of this.
Wow, that's so cool.
Maintenant, je vais vous présenter notre deuxième fruit, Star. Alors c'est les pommes qu'on appelle Quisapella.
This is the apple,
This is kind of apple.
Apple.
and this when you cut it
Regardez,
open.
on a nos chefs qui va vous montrer, vous pouvez essayer aussi avec vous. C'est en train de me chuter.
So
Uh,
the chef.
just a sec. This is an apple.
This is an
And
apple.
this is how it looks when you cut it open.
Exactly.
That is not how apple looks to me. Before we move on with anything, please tell us a bit more about this apple. 就是这个
It's
这个苹
like
果
an apple in the cartoon.
Yeah, that is what you have in 在动画片里才。
什么 mélanger Alors,
你可以用中文、法文都 OK 的。
OK.
法文他负责翻译，中文我负责翻译。
OK, 没问题. Cette pomme, elle a un nom qu'ils appellent en chinois, on l'appelle 天使之吻.
It's the kiss of an angel.
Exactly.
The name of this.
So this color.
Of this kind of apple.
Exactly. Maintenant, je vous invite d'essayer de découper cette pomme. Alors, nos chefs Raymond, il a préparé la pomme. On va voir si c'est bien rouge, comme vous pouvez voir ici. Il va
So
installer.
now,
If you don't use it that way, for
How
the rest
we
of the
can
night,
tell us?
I would never
Now-
guess out that is
En
to
fait-
peel off an apple.
Celle-là, c'est une machine pour les chefs. Comme ça, il peut faire rapidement et la forme de pomme est plus régulière.
so this is.
Vous voulez essayer?
Yeah. Why not? I want to try this. So this is a machine that the chef can cut the apple more quickly. So I'll try this one.
帮你按着，
这个怎么用啊？就这样转是吧？啊
我这个
，OK，
帮你按着。
就需要这样是吧？然后这样需要碰它吗？不用碰它是吧？啊，it's smoothie, so a little bit. We don't have to use more energy to cut
Can I
this
use
apple
this?
like
我能用这个机器去削别的水果吗？Can I use this for other fruits than apple?
Wow.
只适合
只适合苹果，so it's specially
Specially
tailored for peeling
for
apple.
Apple, yeah. And you see that?
然后你
啊
转出来之后，它就
Ah,
Wow, you see,
the
see
core
that?
is taken at the
然
same
后
time.
它是这样。
We can cut it quickly.
所以
我想问问您，这个小的机器被发明了多久啊？
好像也没有发明多久。
就是它还是一个 fairly
对，
modern,
它是一个现代工业的产物。
yeah, fairly modern
以前都得手动
equipment.
掐吗？
对，
啊
对，然后这个我们一下切开了之后，它就可以变成这样。
啊
然后它就变成了这个样子。
！You see that?
And I think it's not fair for an apple to be sliced this neatly and only to be laying on a plate on its own. I'm sure they are meant to become something greater than just an apple.
And this kind of
所以
form
我要
is normally
对，
for
就是
the different the dessert actually. I
就
think.
是把它切完之后，是不是还要用它做别的？
比如我们用它来做了苹果塔。
Ah,
Cela,
this
c'est les
tarte aux pommes.
Yeah, I'm ringing my.
Très français.
Okay, so
comme
this is
dessert.
how we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
Because it's apple, I've definitely seen it for the first time of my life.
Yeah?
So I'm going to taste the apple as it is, and then we'll move on to dessert.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna use.
You can
this.
try it. I think you
Okay.
can try the fresh one that we cut just
I mean, you
before.
just look at the color of it, the
Wow.
texture, the fiber of it. It almost like watermelon. I don't know
Like
if I
pamplemousse.
don't want to kind of exaggerate this because sometimes on camera you tend to exaggerate things. But because
yeah.
it's a new experience for me, so I guess what is going to happen next, I cannot guarantee. So let's see what the magic this can do to my tongue.
So if you don't tell me that there's an apple, I will never believe that. So what about what's the taste?
One mouth is not enough.
Wow.
If you kind of blindfolded me, if I close my eyes, and you put that in my mouth without my knowledge of what it is, I would definitely get it's definitely apple. Every flavor of it
It's apple?
is
It's the taste
apple.
of apple.
Every flavor of it is
Wow.
apple. But first, it's not sour in a very, very kind of tempting manner, and it's also sweet. I can feel different flavors like dancing on my tongue when that juice, when
Wow.
the apple juice is rolling all over the surface of my tongue. It's delightful trying piece of fruit. And I think every single flavor I just tasted can be justified by that look.
After heard your description,
It's your turn.
I want to try.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Is that a hybrid apple, or it's a breed of apple on its own？ 就它是一个就是从别的苹果里面
It's
再
still like an apple, but a little bit acid.
杂交的
I don't know how to.
I need to look into dictionary to find out how to translate that. But it's not just ordinary apple. And if you are also interested in this, as I am, come to the stand, come to the pavilion for food and product, and come to this very stand. Try it yourself. You will not regret it for the whole world. Now, we'll look on.
So
Yeah.
Madam told me that in French that we taste this kind of apples like a champagne.
Champagne. Yeah.
I'm not still allowed driving when I'm tasting. Anyway,
So let's move from these kind
this time, lady first.
Yeah. So this is I think this is like the Dr. Bowman, the apple tart, but it looks like not typical in France.
So this is
So it's
the
different
base.
kind of. It's
The
normally we yeah.
we were just told， 就是我们刚才在吃别的时候说，这个部分不能叫面包。
啊，它叫我们叫酥皮。
酥皮。
La pâte feuilletée. C'est la pâte feuilletée.
It's a crispy base.
It's like millefeuille.
I think it resembles a little bit like cookies or 像饼干一样。
叫酥皮也可以，叫千层酥也可以。
我们中国的料理里面有哪个？比方说酥皮月饼是不是跟它差不多？
差不多，工艺上是类似的。
OK，
但这个中式的面点用的可能是植物油或者是猪油，但我们用的是法式的是用的黄油，所以它会有黄油的香气。
Okay. The lovely thing about this is you can definitely cook it in China with the local ingredients. Although this is not a cooking show, we don't have kind of subtitles on the screen while we're doing it, telling you what kind of ingredients you can get in order to cook this. But what we can tell you now is how it tastes. Let's dig in. Let's tug in, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 我是一口都吃掉还是？
你可以慢慢吃，但是用手就可以。
不能用。
如果用牙签会。
对，这种甜点都是得用手的。
直接就用手。
Okay. Wow, it's really crispy on the base.
Wow.
I'll try to finish it
Yeah.
in one go.
Wow. You see that as millefeuille.
中间咬一下。
How to say 千层 in English?
Later.
You finish all of this? Wow.
You know what? I will shout at my producer to take this live offline.
You know we have to eat like that. All of this immediately.
Is this charred apple? This bit. Or it's
对，是苹果酱，是我们现做的。
oh, charred apple, also from the same.
对，用的是。
With some apple sauce inside.
It's a charred apple and also apple jam made of this very breed of apple.
Wow.
It's not too sweet as usually French dessert is tasted. It's not 不是那么的甜。
对，我们就像一些我们会选一些特定品种的苹果，就不是要太甜的，要甜跟酸要平衡的。如果你太甜的，然后你还要放糖的话，它就会显得很腻。
但是在法国的时候，感觉那个甜点会非常非常的。
是的，是的。
我们要适应一下中国
也不是，因为法餐也经历了减油和减盐、减糖这个过程。你现在吃到的一些非传统的，就新兴的这些法餐，他们的油盐糖的比例都在下降，也是因为现代健康的意识在提升，所以他们也在慢慢的减。但是，一些相当传统的品种，就不太能减糖，它还是很甜的。
像马卡龙，像那个
马卡龙。
So if you're worried that there might be too many sugar contained in this dessert, well, you can be rest assured because the French people nowadays are aiming a healthier diet, and they can lower the intake of the sugar contained in this, and they try to balance that flavor with the kind of different ingredients.
Yeah.
And this is the difficult, a typical dessert in France. And now, before we think all of when we talk about thank you, this one. So before when
table manner.
So before when we talk about the French dessert, I think is very famous for too sweet.
That's really
so
yeah.
We are little like the macaron.
Yeah, this is definitely what I had in mind. Yeah, coming to this stand.
Yeah, it's my favorite one. The favorite dessert.
You know, I remember that when I was in Paris, because there was it's just everywhere, literally.
It's everywhere.
And sometimes they're just kind of the miniature. It's not the real thing.
But I think the best macaron is not the sweet one. It's the sweet with a little bit acid, the酸.
Sour.
Sour inside, yeah.
It's not supposed to be with a bit flavor of sour?
Yeah, because you can have some different fruit taste. Like the citron.
So can I have a piece of it as well? Okay, so I will try this.
What's
Cheers.
this? 这是啥呀？
很白奶酪。
It's still sweet, but not too much. I think it's how I like it. Nice.
I should try this one.
Okay.
This is
With cream, right?
with cream, a little bit alcohol,
What is that called?
red wine.
Don't try after eating it.
Wow. It's first time I see this kind of
这个你可以。
dessert.
Les opératrices veillent à la qualité des pommes et garantissent une sélection optimale grâce au contrôle visuel phytosanitaire qui assure l'absence de...
We are tasting it like we are kind of a gourmet, which we are definitely not.
It's a mix with the cream and a little bit this kind of alcohol like the digestive 餐后酒的那种口感，是吧？就不像红酒的口感。
对，因为是煮过的，我们加了一些香料在里面。
Also, it contains alcohol. But if you were coming to this pavilion and try this, be careful. Be advised that there's alcohol contained, albeit a small amount, but still, you should bear that in mind. And now we finished our dessert, which means that this entire culinary journey is about to end. And I do have lots of few questions for our chef, because our chef here is a Chinese and immersed in the French culinary culture. Can you tell us and the audiences that if the French import of food and agri products will have a difficulty and a hardship to kind of attract Chinese people's stomach, to appeal to their stomach， 就是中国消费者会不会觉得，法式料理可能距离他们的日常生活有点远，不能够完全接受它的这个 style， 会有这样的担心吗？
会有的，但是我们作为厨师一直在努力去把这个距离拉近，就比如我们的粤菜的菜系就做了一些很先进的尝试，比如说大家都知道那个流心奶黄包，它就已经在里面提前用上了奶酪这个元素，所以我们最近也在积极的跟一些这个菜系的厨师去交流与沟通，然后希望把奶酪引进到我们中餐的这个部分当中。
So, if you are a business owner of a supplier of French agriculture exports in France, maybe, or in every corner in the world, if you want to sell your goods to Chinese consumers, be advised by our chef, who is a Chinese studying French cuisine for years. He just said that Chinese cuisine, Chinese dishes also are adapting, because now it's it's a global village, as the term goes. Which means that we, as Chinese people, although that we take pride in, we are proud of our cooking, but we are also open for new ideas to enrich our own cookings. And I'm an ordinary Chinese person, and after this tour, I find every piece of food, although that I may be struggling eating them every day, but every week or every month, if you offer me a few course of the thing that I just ate, I will be delighted. So, if you are a supplier looking for a way into Chinese market, take my word, you won't regret it. Right?
Yeah, Totally agree.
So isn't this a beautiful spot with a sweet spot to end our live show today? Any last words to our audiences, Jojo?
So hope you enjoy our visit today. So if you want to taste a different kind of French food, I recommend you. My favorite one is macaron and orange. This orange and honey. This one is called duck breast, like that. Duck breast with orange and milk and milk.
And Jojo, before we go offline, before we wrap up the whole thing, I do need an honest word from you. What is your verdict? How do you grade my cooking of that piece of steak?
I think it's pretty good.
Really?
Pretty good for the first time, actually.
Okay then, you're not lying to me to make me feel better.
Yeah,
make me feel good, right?
Yeah.
Okay then.
You have
so,
more as. I think it's like the well cooked of the meal.
Yeah.
So 70% of.
I cannot say that I'm a stranger to a kitchen. I do cook for myself from time to time, or quite often actually. But if I can learn and maybe in the future master how to cook a piece of steak in the French way, maybe you can as well. So if you're a Chinese consumer, do try to do it. And if you want to make your business by importing your products from outside China into this country, do try it as well. So the last bit of tasting we are going to do for this live is, I think it's going to be this tiny plate of cuisines.
What this one?
I don't know.
We cannot use this like.
I think we should leave it as a cliffhanger for the audiences. We will not tell you what these are. That is the point. That's for you to explore what they are on your own for yourself. But we're gonna enjoy it after the camera is shut. That's Ding Yang from CGTN Digital. Bye bye.
Bye bye.